Tip-off goes to Minnesota. Russell with it, and checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. Sliding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. And it's Russell in at the 1.
And look at Russell bringing the intensity. He's stronger now, willing to mix it up inside no matter who's on it.
Now here's Jackson, and here's George for 3. And the 3 ball is good.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple. And since 1999, the Clippers and the Lakers have shared their downtown LA arena. The only NBA teams to split a venue, but that's going to change soon.
Leonard against Russell. Takes the 3. He can't get that one, so the Clippers will take it the other way. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, GA?
Thanks very much. I spoke briefly with Chris Finch. He told me they have to lean on their post game tonight. He wants them to get the ball into the block each time down the floor and pound those guys inside. Sounds like this could be a real physical battle. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. The Clippers broke ground on their new arena, set to open in Inglewood in 2024. I've seen the footprint. You fly right into LAX, and you see it every time. It's going to be beautiful.
And that'll be huge for the Clips. They're trying to create their own identity in Southern California. Having a venue just for the Clippers will help. Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Russell dishes to Gobert. Edwards against... Oh!
Yes. Man, what a creative finisher. Edwards is so fast in how he gets up to throw it down.
Jackson against Gobert. And George kicks to Morris. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Ooh, the defense gets away with a late rotation. That's a shot he normally makes.
Edwards can't hit.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
Leonard, no luck. Timberwolves leading by 3. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Leonard. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. George passes to Morris. Back to George. Morris with the screen for George. To the middle. Morris kicks to Zubats. Just 5 on the clock. Leonard finds Zubats. That fall. Nice feed that time from Leonard.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Now here's Jackson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Tries the spin move. Here's Leonard. And rejection by McDaniel. Edwards passes to Towns. And Towns throws it down.
And showing he can make plays for others. Edwards moving it with conviction.
Russell against George. Outside Jackson. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
That's good planning, and that's good execution. And that's a great look.
Russell against Jackson. Russell passes to Gobert. Leonard with the steal. Outside, George. Launches a 3. Minnesota with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
It's Russell with the drive. And the rejection by Zubats. And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
Now, here is Russell. The kick out to Towns. For three, Edwards. It's stolen by Morris. Zubac, the pass to Leonard. Left side, Jackson. Back to Leonard. On the wing, Morris. He's guarded by Russell. Morris passes to George. A miss that time. Would have put him up. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Timberwolf. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Right now, it's their passing game, and it's been on point. Doing a great job of moving it around and getting the ball to their shooters.
You also have to admire how they challenge the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
The wing pairing, George and Leonard. Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the one. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Count that bucket. Towns has got the lead up to 3 now for Minnesota. Greg, you look at a player putting up big numbers on a losing team. How do you determine if those are quality numbers, so to speak?
You know, Kevin, it's a great question because somebody's going to put up points or collect rebounds or get assists. So, you know, you look at efficiency, you look at effort, and there's no doubt that you can have winning players on losing teams.
Now Russell, following the miss by Marcus Morris from deep. Here's Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
A much more physical player now than when he first entered the league. Gobert powering it home.
Passes it to George. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Oh, here's Edwards. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Towns with the bucket.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Morris, no good. For Minnesota, they've got a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Here's Edwards. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 4 assists in the game.
And don't let Edwards' position fool you. Anthony is built like a linebacker. That upper body strength helps him down low.
Now here's Jackson. Outside for George. Zubac trying to break loose. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Paul George. Russell with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Russell inside. Jackson on him. Russell no luck. The Clippers have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. George looking over the floor. Pass to Zubac. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got rebound number 5 here tonight. No one near Edwards as he lets it walk. The quick look, no good that time. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 6. Here's George. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 6 rebounds here tonight. McDaniels dishes to Gobert. Nice move. And finished off by Gobert.
You see how seriously Gobert takes rebounding, just getting after it. Great activity.
And George kicks to Leonard. Here he goes. And he uses the glass on the lane. Leonard's got his first points in this one.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Now, here is Russell. A shake. Gobert. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You see what that little pump fake does? It gives the defender something to think about the next time he goes to challenge Gobert's shot.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And Gobert drops them both. There's 1:17 left in the first half of basketball. Edwards against George. Pass to Jackson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That is his first foul of the game.
First team.
1:05 left to play in the first half. Leonard kicks to George. 6 to shoot. Over Edwards.
And as a defender, Edwards' speed and agility make him tough to shake. No easy shots with him on you.
Morris passes to George. Outside Jackson. A 3 from Morris. Unable to get that one. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. Edwards dishes to McDaniels. Stolen by George. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Outside Leonard. From outside the arc. And it's Russell with the rebound. Right side, Edwards. Here's Gobert. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
What an outstanding defender. Gobert's combination, in my opinion, of size and length is tough to match up against.
And here is Los Angeles now. And that concludes the first half. All right, thank you, David and folks.
The Clippers 12. The Timberwolves 22.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Rudy Gobert has been sensational.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
It's a part of his game that he can always tap into. There's an art to it, and he is painting the canvas tonight.
On the court for Minnesota, Kyle Anderson is out there with Reed. And it's Taurean Prince, and it's McLaughlin in at the point.
Prince has gotten better at creating his own shot, but the catch-and-shoot game is still his specialty.
And here's Wall after Taurean Prince hitting the 3. Covington kicks to Wall. Kicks it out to Covington over Anderson. That one a little long. Minnesota leading by 13. Inside, deflects the pass. Wall with the steal. For the finish. And Batum throws it down.
Someone you can rely on to make winning plays. Batum capitalizes off the fast break.
And after not playing for a season, John Wall back in action. Bought out by the Rockets, and he signs with the Clippers. If he can get back to where he was, that's a huge win for the Clippers. Could serve as a deadly third option for L.A.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. Nicholas Batum unable to get his shot to go. Prince finds Reed. Here's the 3. Taurean Prince, and that's good. Prince has got the lead up to 14 now for Minnesota.
When Prince gets it clicking from the perimeter, gets his confidence going, the entire offense benefits.
Powell, the pass to Wall. The jumper's good from inside 6 feet.
And I just love the way Wall kind of knifes through that defense. He is masterful at slashing to the rim.
Here's McLaughlin. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Batum with the steal. Stolen away. Noel passes to Anderson.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Driving the lane, and there it goes, jamming that one home.
Great floor awareness. Kyle knows how to find his open teammates.
McLaughlin, the pass to Anderson. Here's McLaughlin. The pass to Reed. Wall grabs the board. Clippers trail by 12. Powell kicks to Covington. Dishes the wall.
2 minutes.
Over to the left wing. Shot clock at 6. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Covington wide open. He fires. Off the mark. Had a chance to trim it to single digits. Here's Noel. Guarded by Powell. Prince wide open. And it's off from three-point range. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. A 12-point game. The dish to Powell. From deep. It's hauled in by Noel.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. Just couldn't hit it.
And he gets the bucket.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Wall passes to Batum. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Reeves got his 4th rebound in this one. Down low. A good finish at the rack off the slick feet. And the Timberwolves lead by 16.
One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
Ball passes to Powell. Crosses over. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Smitty, you can tell Norman Powell has worked very hard in his game.
You know, he just wants to excel at whatever assignment he's given. Kevin, he once said, I've been in every single role on a team, from bench guy to starter, so he knows how to give you value anywhere on the floor.
Here's McLaughlin. No points in the game yet for him. Passes to Noel. Drills the three-pointer.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Especially considering it's on the road in front of a tough crowd. They've been able to block out the distractions.
Covington against Anderson. Covington kicks the wall. Shoots a fader. And no good that time. And so it's Minnesota feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Minnesota leading by 17. The wing pairing, George and Leonard. Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Good on the triple.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
And the foul called on Edwards. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
Outside Leonard. Morris outside. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Great vision on that pass. Kawhi moving it to the open teammate.
Russell kicks to Edwards. There's the feed to Gobert. Out to Edwards. Clock at 6. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Clippers trail by 18. Outside Jackson. Outside George. Pass to Zubac. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
You know what it is, a lack of concentration. That's a momentum killer.
So it's the Timberwolves now. About a minute and a half into the 4th quarter now. Russell with a wide open look. Offline with his 3. Clippers shooting 28%. A rocky performance for them offensively. Here's Morris, and the layup's good off the glass.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
Russell inside, guarded by Jackson. Another miss by Minnesota. Clippers trail by 16. To the paint. Fade away. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Edwards can't hit. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. And he goes right over D'Angelo Russell and slams it down.
So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
George against Edwards. Looking for Gobert. He gets it there.
Putting consistent pressure on this defense. Just the threat of him out there makes this offense work.
George up top. Edwards defending.
2 minutes remaining.
George against Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. From 12 feet out. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Very surprising. He gets the ball where he wants it in a decent matchup.
Outside, Towns. He kicks it to Edwards. Back to Towns. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's Russell. Here's McDaniels. They get it back. Gobert goes back up. Out to Edwards. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Timberwolves.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Rudy Gobert.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Towns, no luck. Here now, the Clippers. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Morris. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's George. Gobert with the block.
The wingspan of Gobert is huge, and he uses it so well to deny shooters.
Second team.
We got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Fades and shoots. Another miss by Leonard.
Went to the fadeaway. Didn't need to, though. Probably cost him some points.
Outside, Russell. Outside, Towns. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead.
Thank you. Here we go. And it's going to be the Grizzlies off the tip. The starters for the Memphis Grizzlies. Morant and Bain in the backcourt together. Brooks and Jackson, the defensive forward pair. And it's Adams in at the 5. Stolen by Jackson. Morant against George. Pass to Zubats. Soft touch off the glass. We've got two conference rivals squaring off tonight, Grant. I'm sure both teams have been eagerly looking forward to this one.
Well, we always enjoy these rivalry matchups. I mean, facing a rival you've been battling in the rankings is always rewarding. And as a player, you get fired up and are ready to do whatever it takes to get the win.
Offensive rebound. Morant, the pass to Brooks. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
And this is who Ja Morant is. He just doesn't quit, really getting after it on the glass.
Jackson against Morant. Jackson can't get it to go.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
The 3 from Bain. It's rebounded by Zubats.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Almost 2 minutes into the first here. Here's George. And George with the jam.
And we know George is a great shooter, but when he's attacking the rim like that, it gives this team a whole different attitude.
Outside Bain. Three-pointer, Brooks. That shot, no good. And Los Angeles the other way now. The 2021-22 season felt like a lost one for the Clippers. Kawhi and Paul George both hurt.
So true. I mean, but B.A., those two together, healthy, are scary. A finals-level duo. It kind of shows you how you can plan, build an awesome roster, but injuries can derail it all.
Outside for Morant. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
Okay, I see you, Ja, flexing a little bit of muscle, showing off that athletic ability. Okay.
George outside. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. And too long on the shot. The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. Inside. George with a steal. Jackson outside. Pass to Morris. It's George on the wing. Jackson outside. 6 on the shot clock. Morris outside. Leonard finds Jackson. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Memphis has gone 0 for 2 from outside. On the wing, Bain. George with a steal. Here's Morris. Oh, and a slam dunk by Morris.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
And Morant gets it to go.
Consistency from deep is going to be the biggest determining factor in Morant's ceiling. If he gets that, I think we're going to see some MVPs in his future.
Now here's Jackson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him. George for 3. They get it back. Can't throw down the putback. Memphis leading. Outside Bain. Down low. Jackson outside. Back to Morant. Lets the 3 fly. The shot that time not on target. And Los Angeles the other way now. Here's Jackson. And the layup is good off the glass.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Morant against Jackson with the crossover. And the shot counts. He's fouled. And it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Shooting for Memphis.
You know Ja Morant's such a dynamic guard. His combination of speed and creativity, that makes for some tough matchups.
Now here's George. Out to Leonard. Fires from deep. Connects from downtown.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring. Able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Jackson against Morant. Kicks it out to Jackson. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Clippers ahead, leading by a point. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Los Angeles. The Clippers in the lead.
The son of an NBA player, Jaren Jackson Jr. I actually played a bit with his dad, Jaren Sr. in Orlando back in the early 2000s, which means I'm old.
The two-way threats of George and Leonard are the wing pair. Morris and Zubac play together in the front court. And it's Jackson in it to 1. That's the group for the Clippers starting the second.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
And the Jacksons, just the latest father-son NBA duo. Lots of great ones there, Grant.
So true, B.A. The Curry family might be the best ever. The Berries, including our own colleague Brent. The Thompsons with Clay in the league currently. Just some incredible NBA families to admire.
George against Bain. Now here's George. Defense right on him. Uses the glass on the layup.
A wing not afraid to mix it up inside. PG-13 finishing down low.
Outside Bain. Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. Here's Adams. And the layup falls. Adams has got his first points in this one.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
The three, George. George with another miss. The Grizzlies shooting a nice 50% for the game. Morant, the pass to Jackson. Back to Morant. Kicks it out to Jackson. 5 to shoot. Brooks outside. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. That one on Morris. And about Brooks becoming a staple in the middle of this lineup, Richard.
Plays the 2 and 3 positions on the floor and scores it really well. But most importantly, he's out there for his defensive effort and intensity. He is a versatile player that any team would love to have.
George against Bain. Here's Morris. Oh, the slam dunk by Morris.
While he's a bit undersized for a forward, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
Moran against Jackson. 4-3. And another miss by Memphis.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
The kick out to Morris. Leonard outside. Back to Morris. Pass to Leonard. The Clippers got to hurry. Late clock here. Wing shot on the way. Ja Morant grabs the miss.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
From deep, Bain. And here's Morant outside. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Out to Leonard. Jackson against Morris. Back to Leonard. Beyond the arc. And that comes off the assist by Morris. Leonard's got 6.
Amazing that catch-and-shoot jumpers were considered a weak spot for Kawhi when he came into the league. No one thinks that way anymore.
Oh, George with a steal. Deflects the pass. Oh, Brooks with the steal. Jackson gets the bucket. Here's Jackson. George outside. Into the lane. Jackson outside. Pass to Morris. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
That free throw no good. And the second free throw is good. 1:11 left to play in the second quarter. Now here's Morant. He's got 10. Pass to Adams. The drive by Brooks. Outside Bain for 3. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in the game. George against Morant. George with the bucket. George has got 4 this quarter.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Here's Jackson. Up top, Brooks. Pass to Adams. Shot clock at 5. Jackson for 3. Oh, the Grizzlies get it back. And here's Brooks. Takes a 3. Misses his 4th shot of the night. Still hasn't hit one yet. George finds Morris. Out to Leonard.
Grizzlies foul. Jalen Jackson Jr. First personal foul. 17. Kawhi Leonard. for a free throw.
First free throw is good. And Leonard drops them both. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. The Clippers on top, leading by 5. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm joined by Clippers head coach Ty.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be... halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Boy, you got to like what Ja Morant has done in this game.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
And an annual ritual, players finding out their ratings in NBA 2K. All right, Richard, you were customarily happy with your rating, yes?
I didn't really care, but a part of my condition of working for 2K is they said that they will retroactively change my rating to 100. The first 100 play.
You deserve it, man. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Taylor Jenkins. They've got John Conchar. Also, Tyus Jones out there. Brandon Clark out there with Green. And it's Williams in at the 4 spot. On defense, the Clippers. 5-point lead, biggest of the game. Williams into the lane. And rejected. Powell outside on the wing man. Here's Batum. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Well, Los Angeles shooting around 53%, a nice number.
Well, a late second-round pick in 2019 out of Florida State. Terrence Mann has proven to be a steal, and he's going to be in this league for a long, long time.
And Memphis shooting around 33%. Not the best offensive efficiency. To the middle. It's stolen by Wall. Jumps up. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Transition basketball. The most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Stolen by Wall. Oh, and the fast break for the Clippers. Here's Powell. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Memphis trailing here. And for Mann, proving he belongs, earned him a 2-year, $22 million contract extension.
NBA, I love his game. An efficient scorer and good decision maker who doesn't try to do too much. He just makes it easy for coach to trust him with bigger minutes.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. The NBA last season celebrated its 75th anniversary and announced the 75 greatest players in NBA history, gathering the living greats during the All-Star break. A lot of history, but Commissioner Silver said we're a pretty young league when you think about it. Brian, I guess it's all relative.
Indeed. Thanks for that, Allie. And there's the foul. It'll go on Tyus Jones. That's his first foul of the game.
First team.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Covington passes to Batum. Good D by Clark.
Defense pulled out all the stops to shut him down there.
Here's Conchar. Powell covers. Tipped. In transition, here they come. Count it. And the Clippers lead by 9.
Oh, unselfish basketball from Covington. Now, his teammates appreciate his willingness to hit them when they're open.
Outside, Green launches it. And Wall pulls it down. Los Angeles has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Pass to Batum. From deep three-point range. No good there. And Memphis taking it the other way now. Outside, Williams. Clark in the post. Batum's on him. Williams finds Green. 6. Outside for Green. Memphis needs to get off a shot. And another miss by Memphis. For Los Angeles, they've gotten just 3 of 8 shots to go in the third quarter. And the officials call a traveling violation. A minute 15 left in the third quarter. The kick out to Williams. Puts up a 3. And another miss by Memphis. The Clippers in the lead. Wall, the pass to Batum. Back to Wall. Here's Mann. It's Covington on the wing. Drops in the 3. Covington's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Oh, putting the 3 in 3 and D. This team is so much better when Covington is making those shots.
A line change here from Memphis. And here's Memphis. Outside Morant. Pass to Jackson. .35 seconds left in the third. Off with the layup. Powell in the post. Brooks defending. Outside Wall. Good.
So physical for a 1. Wall has the size and skill to do work in the paint.
And the Grizzlies call time here.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
Yeah, we can see over here. The coach, he has some choice words for his team. Words we cannot repeat.
Memphis has got nothing to fall here in the third. 0 for 4. Moran against Jackson. Pass to Bain. Shoots over George. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer!
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers going into the break up 12. They're getting quality looks, and that's why they're shooting at such a high clip. Back to the game after this break. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
I feel like we've seen more slick passing big men in the league today than we've ever seen.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. The two-way threats of George and Leonard are the wing pair. Morris and Zubats play together in the front court. And it's Jackson in at point guard. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Bain against George. Morris passes to George. 5 on the clock. Out to Leonard. Let's go with a 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Outside Bain. Pass to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Doesn't have to get up much. Jackson Jr. at 6'11" just easily finishes that hoop.
Jackson, pass to George. And stolen by Bain. Outside Morant. We've gone about a minute and a half into this fourth quarter. Stolen by Jackson. Out of bounds. It'll be Memphis's ball. We look at all the turnovers. Boy, what a way to drive your coach crazy.
Yeah, your game plan means nothing if your players can't execute.
Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
It's been all about Ja tonight. Can score in so many different ways.
George against Bain. And the foul on Steven Adams. That'll be a second foul of the game.
First two.
Moving along, 2 minutes gone in the fourth. Now Leonard, 6 to shoot. To the inside, Morris. It's good. And the assist that time from Leonard. And the Clippers lead by 8.
Just good awareness from Leonard there. Feeding a wide open guy instead of forcing his own shot.
Outside Bain. He's off on that one. Ooh, nice D from George. Leonard passes to Jackson. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around. And now it's a 10-point Clipper lead. Moran against Jackson. From deep, Bain. Here's Adams. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Zubac with the steal. George left side. Pass to Leonard. A minute 58 left to play in the fourth. A baseline J is on the way. Adams grabs the miss. For Memphis, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter. Outside for Moran. They get it again. Jackson, the pass to Adams. Ooh, and Adams, strong finish.
And whenever Adams is aggressive on offense, it helps big time, especially when he's dunking it hard inside.
Jackson against Moran. George left side. Pass to Zubac. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Kicks it out to Jackson. Count that bucket.
Inside Jackson is so effective. His natural abilities give him the edge over the defense.
I think a bucket here, Grant, would end this game.
Absolutely. That would put a bow on this one.
Jackson outside. George outside. Leonard on the wing. Over Brooks. Leonard can't get it to go.
And I don't understand. Why is he going to the fadeaway? Just go straight up with it.
Brooks, the pass to Bain. The three. It's rebounded by Zubac. George outside. So the Clippers win it. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.
Allie, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is...
NBA on two. And this game features two tremendous passing teams, and there should be a lot of fun watching these teams move the ball.
One of the things that strikes you about both of these teams is that they really enjoy playing with one another. Both play an unselfish brand of basketball. The ball is moving, everybody's touching it, and usually that's when the confidence is sky high.
Now look at Memphis' starting group. Adams is the pivot for him with Jackson Jr. at the 4. In at the guard spots, Morant and Bain. And it's Brooks in at the 3. Morant kicks to Jackson. Back to Morant. And finished up by Morant.
And how about that display of athleticism by Morant, flying up in the air for the jam.
Outside, Russell. To the inside. Morant with the steal. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Bain passes to Brooks. Back to Bain. Changes up. Up and in on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Doris, one thing that stood out about the Timberwolves last season was their fast-paced play.
No doubt, Kevin, and you can trace that directly to the head coaching position in Chris Finch. This is a group that loved to push the basketball up the floor, wanted to catch defenses before they had a chance to dig in the half court. And remember, that is the classic mark of a youthful team, particularly one with the athleticism that Anthony Edwards brings.
The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. A steal. Morant outside. Outside Jackson. Passes it to Bain. Clock at 6. Out to Morant. Lets it go with a 3. The Grizzlies with another miss. And so Gobert will bring it up for Minnesota. Trailing by 2. Russell dishes to Gobert. Outside, Towns. Back to Gobert. To stop the drought, he lays it in. And that ties it up.
Well, this is where Cat can manufacture additional points for his team. Defense focused and locked in on him. Find a teammate.
Here's Morant. And finished up by Morant.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Russell against Morant. Russell passes to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Rudy Gobert emphatically finishes that one. Nicely done.
looking around. Jackson in the corner. We've got 1:28 left in the first quarter of the game. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. A minute 20 left in the first. Now here's Morant for three. No good. So Minnesota will take it the other way. And Karl Anthony Towns said he believes that he is the greatest big man shooter of all time. What do you think?
Well, Kev, I think a guy by the name of Dirk Nowitzki might have a thing or two to say about it, but I love Karl Anthony Towns' attitude. You have got to believe in your skills if you're going to have the kind of success that Cat has had in this league, and we know he is lethal from deep.
And the dunk by Jackson.
And the flush from Jackson Jr. Great wingspan, and at 6'11", he's got a little nasty in him.
Russell kicks to Towns. And no good. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Bane passes to Morant. And they pick up two. Morant's got 6 points.
And that speaks to Morant's fearlessness. Even amongst the trees, he is confident, looking to score with the ball.
Edwards dishes to Gobert. Stolen by Jackson. Got a piece of it. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Grizzlies lead by... And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. Hey guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Memphis.
These guys have been so quick off the dribble, finding great lanes to attack and getting themselves to the basket.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. The wingmen are Bane and Brooks. Adams is the pivot for him with Jackson Jr. at the 4. And it's Morant in at the 1. Basket good.
It's incredible to think how far Rudy Gobert has come since entering the league and his ability to finish at the cup. That is just nicely done.
Here's Morant. 6 points for him. Outside, Bane. From deep. Just 5 to shoot. Jackson finds Morant. And again, Memphis no good. Now the Timberwolves with it. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Outside, Towns. Outside, Edwards. It's stolen by Adams. Bane with it, working on McDaniels, and he banks in the layup. Bane's got the lead up to 2 now for Memphis.
Yeah, Steven Adams' instinct is to pass it first, and what instincts he has. Wow, pretty play.
And they take the lead. Edwards got his first 3 points of the game.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking advantage of that.
Inside. And finished off by McDaniel.
Well, unselfish play by Anthony Edwards. Teammate is wide open. He puts it right where it needs to be.
And the Grizzlies call their first time out of the game. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Now here's Morant. 6 points for him. Pass to Adams. Gobert pulls it in. For Minnesota, they've got a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Towns, the pass to Gobert. On left to the wing. Here's McDaniels. Gobert controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Now it's a 5-point Timberwolves lead.
And this is what Rudy Gobert's job is be a force on the glass.
Timeout call for the Grizzlies. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up. Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Stolen by Brooks. How about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball?
2 minutes remaining.
We know the league's cracking down on those dangerous plays that risk the player's health. Why was that less of a focus when you play?
That's a great question. I think it's smarter to approach the game this way. We don't want to have unnecessary injuries because of guys maybe just taking it a little too far with the physicality.
Rudy Gobert increasingly is capable of these nights on the offensive end where he's just putting it to the defense.
Out to Morant, beyond the arc. Rebound, Minnesota. Towns has got 4 rebounds in this game. Russell with him. He's picked up by Brooks. Towns down low. Adams on him. Russell. Here's Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
Gobert has a thin frame, but make no mistake, he is physical and he relishes contact.
Morant kicks to Jackson. 51 seconds left now here in the second. 6 to shoot. Here's Bain. No good with the layup.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Here's Towns. Outside Edwards. Russell dishes to Edwards. Out to Russell. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Gobert, no good. Russell against Jackson. It's Morant in the corner. Oh, and he misses the dunk.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he...
All right, David, thank you. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Rudy Gobert has been sensational.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
Really putting his handprint on this game. You love the hustle. You love the work ethic he has had on display.
Anderson is out there with Taurean Prince. Then there's Reed. And it's McLaughlin in at the point guard. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. It's Anderson with the drive. Pass to Noel. 3-pointers off the mark. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Outside, Jones. Clark up top. Now here's Jones. He's covered closely. Here's Conchar. And a miss there on the triple. Minnesota leading by 5. McLaughlin, the pass to Noel. And Reed has it in the corner. And Anderson has it in the corner. Back to Reed. Williams with the block. And he's able to get it back. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And then Clark slams it in.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Here's McLaughlin. Taken away by Williams. And they're on the break. Here's Clark, and it's Clark with the jam.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
And guys, he has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Jones kicks to Green. Back to Jones. Outside, Green. With a tie. Minnesota with the rebound. Noel passes to Reed. Green with the block.
I'll tell you, for a two-guard, Danny Green gets a ton of blocks. Great use of his length.
Prince finds Reed. Conchar pulls it in. And it's Williams with the ball for the Grizzlies. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Jones looking for an opening. Back to Clark. The shot will not fall. Timberwolves go the other way with it. He takes it in. Here's Anderson, and finished off by Anderson.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Jones in the post. Williams against Anderson. Memphis moving that ball around. It's hauled in by Noel.
No one to blame on that one but himself. It looks like that, you've got to take it back.
1:03 left to play in the third. Jones kicks to Williams. Can they get it? And that's 2 points on the layup.
Well, you have to be cognizant of where people are when the shot goes up. Defenders not blocking out in that instance.
McLaughlin, the pass to Anderson, and it's good for 2. Anderson's got the lead, back up to 5 now for the Timberwolves. Outside, Jones. Now the pass to Conchar. Minnesota with the rebound. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Noel passes to Anderson. To the middle. Pass to Noel. Back to Anderson. Can't get it to fall. Williams looking over the floor. And we've reached the end of the third. The Timberwolves on top, leading by 5. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. In at the guard spots, Morant and Bain. At the forward spots, it's Brooks and Jackson Jr. And it's Adams in at the center position. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Morant outside. It doesn't go for him. Nice D from Russell. Minnesota shooting at 52% for the field. They're clicking. Here's Edwards. The kick out to Towns. Pass to Gobert. 5 to shoot. Back to Towns. And shot opportunity. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, Karl Anthony Towns, one of those 5 men that you can play in a big lineup, you can play in a small lineup. Because because of the diversity of his offensive game, you can mix his spots on the floor. So important.
Edwards against Bain. Brooks kicks to Bain. Back to Brooks. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. There's Jackson with the three. And rebounded by McDaniel. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
I like this throwback approach they're taking, looking to score high percentage shots in the paint. And so far, it's working.
Well, I also noticed, guys, how much they move the ball in this one. Selfless, willing to pass the ball to a teammate with a better look.
Edwards with it. Now defended by Adams. Out to Edwards. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's his first foul.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Russell finds Gobert. Back to Russell. And it's blocked by Adams.
Length and strength and intimidation. Steven Adams sends it back.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Morant. Stolen by McDaniels. Edwards drives in. Here's Towns. And Towns throws it down.
That's a double whammy.
That's right. A great defensive play. Then the emphatic dunk.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Absolutely fearless. Morant willing to put his body on the line in order to make plays.
Two shots.
He hits the second from the line. Here is Russell. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. And the dunk by Towns.
What you love about D'Angelo Russell, he can impact winning with both his scoring and his passing.
Timeout called the Grizzlies. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Coach Taylor Jenkins talked to his team during the break. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now. We're going to be out of time, out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
Thanks, David.
There's a bit of ferocity to Steven Adams. Virtually unstoppable that close.
Out to Edwards. Outside, Towns. Over Jackson. Towns, no luck. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Here's Bain. And that one is hammered home.
In clutch basket, even with him being on the short end of the stick, size-wise.
Now, we're not talking just a little bit. He was giving up a lot of size there. But with a basket being so important to them, he didn't let it throw him off.
Here's Towns. Out to Russell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. McDaniels with the ball. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Bain. Here's Morant. Here's Adams. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Towns. Nifty move. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And so Brooks will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Back to Adams. Outside for Jackson. Memphis moving it around. 5 on the clock. Looking to end his cold spell. Here's Adams. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Calm, cool, collected under pressure. Steven Adams, no problem.
Gobert with a screen on Morant. To the paint. Out to Russell. Back to Gobert. Trying to end the drought.
to close it out. That one would have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Morant passes to Brooks. Payton for three. No good on the shot. Russell dishes to Edwards. The pass to McDaniels. And so the Timberwolves take the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but
And here were the Clippers arriving earlier, getting mentally prepared to go to work on the road. Here we go. Tip-off goes to Minnesota. So here's the Clippers starting group. The two-way threats of George and Leonard are the wing pair. Morris and Zubac play together in the front court. And it's Jackson in it for one. And we've got a pair of teams here that know a thing or two about ball movement, Grant.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, there's a great feel that these teams play with. Two of the smartest teams in the league. They focus on sharing the basketball and keeping everyone involved. This is a matchup for the purist.
George's all-around game is very impressive, and his passing has really grown. He's able to whip passes over to open teammates right on time and on target now.
Towns for three. That falls. Nice assist by Russell. Towns has got 6 points.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Leonard. Jackson outside. Pass to George. From deep. And it's Gobert with a rebound.
I'll tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
It's wide right, hits off the rim.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
The shot by Russell, no good.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does. Yeah, back in the day when I was playing, the Clippers were always an easy win. Now, LA is consistently a playoff team. Boy, oh boy, how times have changed.
Zubac's shot is off. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Russell to pass to Towns. Ooh, he's looking comfortable now. 3 for 3.
Yeah, you look at Russell, one of the things I like most about his game is this guy has great vision and passing ability.
And your last year in the league, the 12-13 season, you played for the Clippers.
Yes, I did, and a great team at that. Blake Griffin, CP3, all in their primes. We won the division for the first time in Clippers history. Team record 56 wins. That year was big in the turnaround for LA.
Now here's Gobert, and the layup is good.
Incredible balance on that take. You gotta respect watching Gobert muscle his way through the defense.
George against Edwards. And the jam by George.
BA, that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good.
Ammonia strong, we call that. Wear that rim out.
Gets the 3 ball to go.
Towns is really good at the three-point line. And he's a volume three-point shooter and relishes taking shots from there.
And out of bounds, Minnesota will have it. Minnesota with the ball. 9-point game. Russell to pass to Gobert. Shoots over Zubac. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on even to Zubac.
The length of Gobert is a problem for any defense. And of course he uses it so well to draw contact while shooting.
He hits the second from the line.
Something you can't put a price tag on, the Minnesota Timberwolves game last season. Playoff experience, young guys getting accustomed to the crucible of postseason play. Extremely valuable.
Offensive board. Zubac. Here's Morris. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Rudy Gobert picks one up. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
So, Clark, would you say playoff experience also raises your regular season play?
I don't think there's any question about it, B.A. I never had a chance in my short career to play in the playoffs, but I covered a bunch of them as a broadcaster. There's a different electricity. There's a different intensity. There's a different feel in the locker room. You learn not to back down. You learn to work through adversity, and you learn to play under pressure.
And Minnesota has possession following the score by the Clippers.
Foul. Out of frustration, Russell, as he often does, dictating the tempo.
Free throw is good from Russell. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Jackson. Now quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Edwards against George. Pass to Morris. Shoots from the right block. And George gets it to go on the assist from Morris. George has got 6.
George really efficient close to the hoop. He makes the most of just about every chance down low.
Edwards against Leonard. Towns with the ball. Russell with the ball. Pass to Gobert. 4 on the clock. McDaniels from long range. That one no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Jackson with it. Russell covering. Kicks it out to Jackson. Lets it go from deep. Yes. And it's Leonard with the assist that time.
Over his career, Kawhi has become a willing passer. One of his many improvements since being drafted in 2011.
Here's Towns. Basket counts. He's got 13.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for the Timberwolves. He's found his range, hitting. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. All right, let's quickly break down the game. What we've seen so far from the Timberwolves, guys.
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Yeah, you know what makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case? No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
Towns plays the 4 with Gobert in the middle. The backcourt, it's Russell and Edwards. And it's McDaniels in at small forward. So that's the Timberwolves 5.
And the defense gets bailed out by the miss. He usually converts that.
To the paint. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
He's been playing great, unselfish basketball. Really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
Leonard, good.
You see how composed Leonard is close to the bucket? Knows exactly how to score at will.
And about a minute gone in the second quarter. Russell finds Gobert. Outside for Russell. The 3 is up. Drains the triple. Russell's got 5.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on it.
George, no good. Minnesota has gone 4 of 5 from outside the arc in this one. And for Paul George, playing close to home on a title contending team, it's a tremendous opportunity, Grant.
And back with the Pacers, he twice made the Eastern Conference Finals. But without a doubt, this is the most talented team he's ever been a part of.
Jackson, the pass to George. Back to Jackson. Leonard outside. Here's George. Ooh, what a play. Just palms the block. Tipped away. And we're going to have a jump ball. Zubats against Towns. Pass to Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
Towns doing a nice job with the smart play there, getting the ball to a ready shooter instead of trying to force it himself.
Jackson, the pass to George. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his first foul. Leonard on the wing. McDaniels covering. Morris, a screen on McDaniels. Oh, it's blocked by Towns.
You know, one thing they can count on from Towns on the defensive end is block shots. He does not like to give up a clean look.
Edwards can't hit. The Clippers have gone 1 for 6 in the second quarter. Not great. Here's George. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. You know, some have said those old school power forwards, guys like Charles Oakley, they're becoming outdated. You see that, Grant?
Well, first of all, the physicality in the game is no more. The way Oakley would hit you and bruise you, you can't do that in today's game. And guys like Oakley are now playing the 5 position, and they're shooting 3-pointers. So a lot of it just is because the game has changed and evolved since the 90s when Oakley dominated.
A great skill level in the game right now. No question. Out of bounds as Los Angeles keeps possession.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Jackson against Russell. Pass to Morris. Here's George. Oh, and the dunk by George.
Yeah, you know, George really enjoys being in the air. I mean, this guy has great body control and bounce. And his slams at times can be absolutely sick.
Gobert finds Edwards. Back to Gobert. And here's Edwards. Shoots over Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. Here's McDaniels. No good off the back of the rim for Los Angeles. They've got 2 of 7 attempts to drop since the end of the first quarter. Leonard passes to George. Fires the 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's McDaniels. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's going to go on Reggie Jackson.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Los Angeles has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Edwards against George. Misses from short range.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim. That's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
Here's Gobert. Crafty move. And his first miss of the night. Now 2 of 3. And for Los Angeles, they're shooting just 37% in the game. And the jam by George.
Look at how high George gets off these drives to the hoop. Banging it down with the violence of a madman.
Russell, the pass to Edwards. Now here's Gobert. George with a steal. And it's the Clippers on the break. Here's Zubats. No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 for 7 here in the second quarter. Here's McLaughlin, defended by Jackson. Anderson passes to Reed. Here's McLaughlin. The 3-ball. He got it up in time, but it would not. Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of
27. The Clippers, 20.
Happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You know, Karl Anthony Towns has been exceptional here, guys.
Well, if he's hit threes like he did in the first half, he's going to have a monster night.
Yeah, you know what? The defense is going to adjust. They'll be ready for him now, so I'm sure they talked a lot about how to slow him down.
Checking out the group for Ty Lue to start the second half. Wall and Powell are the backcourt duo. Robert Covington is out there with Terrence Mann. And it's Batum in at the 5 spot. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
And in trading for Rudy Gobert, the Timberwolves taking a Twin Towers approach with 2 7-footers in their front court. Of course, the outstanding shooting of Karl Anthony Towns means that spacing shouldn't be much of a concern.
Well, there's no denying it. When Wall is healthy, he is still a major threat in this league. I mean, he's lightning quick as a point guard, and he has tremendous defensive instincts.
Here's Powell, makes a fantastic move and nails the shot. Powell's got his first bucket in this one.
And he wastes no time coming out of the break.
That's exactly what they want. Get him into the offensive flow right away and then keep it going.
McLaughlin's shot is good.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Wall, the pass to Covington. Powell outside. Back to Covington. Shoots over Anderson. Covington, no good.
I don't know if you can credit the defense for that. It was just a missed opportunity.
Pass to Prince. Out to the wing. And the foul called on Nick Batum. That's his first foul. Here's McLaughlin. Wall covering. 5 to shoot. Reed with it. Fires for 3. Knocks it down from distance. And now a 10-point Timberwolves lead.
Boy, from the looks of it, it appears the defense is fine with him taking that shot, but he makes them pay when they do.
Wall on the attack. No luck on that one. Nice D from Reed. Minnesota's got 5 of 7 threes to drop here tonight. Drives to the hoop, to the middle. Here's Anderson. And he banks in the layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
Taking it right at the rack. I mean, that defense is looking real frustrated.
Well, they should be. I mean, it has not been a good performance for them at that end of the floor.
Hangs in the air. And Wall lays it in.
And he's got great length for a point guard, and Wall repeatedly is able to do damage inside because of it.
Outside, Anderson. Pass to McLaughlin. Launches a 3. And another 3 from Minnesota.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
Stolen. Here's Reed. Batum with the defensive effort. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
And out of bounds, Minnesota will have it. Here's Minnesota. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Here's McLaughlin. Pass to Anderson. Now here's Reed. Clock at 6. Back to Prince. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. McLaughlin's shot is good.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from 3-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Minnesota foul. Second personal foul. Third team foul.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock, Covington passes to Powell. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Minnesota's gone 7 of 9 from 3-point range so far. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
Here's Powell. Fades. The shot no good. Now Minnesota takes it the other way. Here's Prince. Here's Anderson. Batum pulls it in. And for Los Angeles, they're shooting a low 29% since halftime. They need this. Wow, it's good. Powell's gotten his second bucket of the game.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Outside, Anderson. Over Covington. Another miss by Minnesota. For Los Angeles, they've gotten just 3 of 8 shots to go in the third quarter. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Mann looking for his first basket, still in this one.
Excellent toughness on the defensive end, and that's what Prince does. He's got size, and he's got the will to defend at a high level.
Here's McLaughlin. Here's Anderson. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. The T-Wolves on top. They lead by... And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
And they love to see every possession in this way. True team basketball.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Filling in the wings, Edwards and McDaniels. Towns plays the 4 with Gobert in the middle. And it's Russell in at the point guard position. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Down low. Now here's Edwards. Tightly guarded. Back to Russell. Pass to Towns. Just 4 to shoot. To the inside. And there's Russell on the assist by Towns. And the Timberwolves lead by 16. Here's Wall. Powell outside. Batum with a screen on Russell. Wall. And the big finish by Wall.
Boy, such a terrific passer out of the pick and roll. This time Wall crosses him up. Nice shot.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And it's a completely new group for the Clippers.
And this is why Gobert shoots a high percentage, because he looks to finish with strength inside.
Here's Leonard. And the dunk by Leonard.
And just a crafty move to get free for the dunk.
Yeah, he's not just trying to score. He's trying to embarrass someone.
Yeah, he was one step ahead of him the entire way.
Oh, George with a steal. And the foul on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul of the game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, you know, they've been tremendous, I think, when it comes to sharing the basketball. You know, getting guys involved on the plays and creating offensive opportunities for everybody. Equal opportunity offense is fun to watch.
And I also have to praise them for their three-point shooting. They're showing a lot of confidence, letting them fly from deep. Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Pass to Towns. And here's McDaniels. Back to Towns. Just 5 on the clock. Outside Russell. Rebounded by Kawhi Leonard. Los Angeles has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Here's George. Lays it up and banks it in.
Paul George can get it done from anywhere on the court now. When he starts percolating, this guy can cook with gas.
Russell with the ball. And it's Leonard picking him up. Pass to McDaniels. Outside for Russell. to the left side wing. Here's Towns. It's rebounded by Zubats. Zubats has got 4 rebounds now. Leonard for 3. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got a rebound number 8 here already in the game. Russell up top. Pass to Towns. Outside for Russell. Inside. Oh, George with a steal.
And, you know, this will be a big victory for them. They came out, executed their game plan, and what a huge win for the Timberwolves.
They were the more accurate club, and in the end, that made the difference, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., you have to love their strategy. And even more, you love the execution.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Karl Anthony Towns.
Tell you what, this guy worked his behind off on both ends of the floor. He was really an intimidating presence out there.
41 seconds left in the game. Jackson finds Zubats. Rebound Minnesota. Earlier in the game, they led by 19. McDaniels against Morris. Outside McDaniels. Here's Towns. And he can't stop the drought. Another miss. So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. All right, Alec, thank you.
The Clippers win the tip. George passes to Morris. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And here's Moran. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Bain, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
How about the handles of a guy like Paul George at his size being able to rip around and has total confidence in his ability to score.
And with the 15th pick in the 2011 draft, Kawhi Leonard wasn't highly touted coming out of high school or college.
Listen, even in the pros, recognition took a while. How about this? He won Finals MVP and Defensive Player of the Year before he ever made an All-Star team. Now, one of the 75 greatest.
And here's George. After the three-pointer from Desmond Bain. From deep three-point range. That shot off the mark. And it's Memphis the other way. Morant with it. George picks him up. Bain kicks to Brooks. And again, it's Memphis with the three.
Oh, spacing the floor. Brooks is comfortable shooting it from deep.
Outside, George. Morris with a screen on Bain. George finds Morris. Back to George. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Morant against Jackson. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Out of bounds, LA ball.
Clippers trail by 10. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. The reviews have been good for the league's moves to eliminate foul calls on non-basketball moves. The NBA said it wanted the game to be played, not manipulated. Draymond Green says it helps to know that you'll have more of a fair opportunity as a defender. Guys can't just cheat the system. Kevin, back to you.
That's great to see, David. Thank you. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And the flush from Jackson Jr. Great wingspan, and at 6'11", he's got a little nasty in it.
Walking foul call. John Morant. First personal foul. First team foul.
Jackson dishes to Leonard. To stop the run, Brooks grabs the board. And the Grizzlies leading by 12.
First team foul.
Bain passes to Jackson. He goes right over Marcus Morris and slams it down.
This kid throws down some mean dunks. Jackson showcasing his athleticism on that one.
Now, here's George. He's got 7. Los Angeles with another miss.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it work.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end. They can't find a way to get the embers going.
Here's George, following the basket by John Morant. Lets the three fly, hangs it from downtown. George has got 9 points in the quarter.
Just deadly from outside. PG getting some space, does not hesitate there.
Here's Morant, and then Morant it in.
And that's impressive. Morant's ball control and take charge attitude is what makes him so special.
Zubats kicks to Jackson. And Leonard has it in the corner. Outside for Jackson. Back to Leonard. Plenty of space. Drained for 2 points. Leonard's got 6.
You give him a nice pass, there's a good chance Kawhi Leonard's going to bury a shot like that.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. We've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Guys, John Morant has been sensational.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
Yeah, the defense has got to be a little bit embarrassed. There is no reason why he should just be on top of that rim.
We've got Brandon Clark. Williams is out there with Green. Then it's Tyus Jones. And it's Conchar into the shooting guard. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Here's Mann, guarded by Green. Here's Batum. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Batum knowing how to get to the rack.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Memphis. At one point, they led by 16.
And you know, for proof of what Morant's done for the Memphis franchise, look at the offensive numbers. Grizzlies have made huge steps forward every year.
And there's the pass to Powell. Driving to the basket. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Powell's got his first points of the game.
Norman Powell is big and strong and stocky, so he gets in that gap. He's like a bowling ball. He can take a hit.
Jones, the pass to Williams. Feeds to Clark. 6 to shoot. No good. Shot missing. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Greg, the improvement since Morant arrived has been very steady.
And the Grizzlies went from the 20th rated offense in his rookie season to number 16 in his second year, and then all the way up to number 5 last season. Ja has turned them into a powerhouse.
Jones, the pass to Williams. Tries again, and Covington sends it back.
Covington's aggressive defense is going to pay off, and that time it did.
Here's Batum. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Jones in the post, covered by Wall. Here's Clark, and slammed dunk by Clark.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
And Wall kicks to Powell. Takes a 3. Grizzlies with the rebound.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot out.
Sinks the triple. Conchar's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Powell, no one around him. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. And it's Clark in the corner. On the wing, Williams. There's the 3. That shot off. Clippers trail by 14. And the dunk by Powell.
And how about Powell to the people as Norman gets up for a loud 2 points.
Outside, Jones. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Covington with it. Williams picks him up. Here's Wall. Banked in off the glass.
It felt like Powell had the shot, but good job of feeding the open man.
And the Grizzlies leading by 10. 54 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Conchar, guarded by Powell with the drive. Back to Jones. Wall with the steal. Powell finds Wall. Outside, Covington. Pass to Powell. Shakes him. And it's good on the way in. Powell's got 6 points.
Great determination as Norman Powell just shook off that bump.
Now Jones. Pass to Green. There's 10 seconds left in the third. Here's Conchar. Great D that time from Powell. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Grizzlies out in front. Up. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. So with George on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. Wall and Powell are the guard set. Batum is out there with Robert Covington, and it's man in at the small forward position. To the right side. Here's Morant. They grab their own miss. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Los Angeles. Trailing here by 8. A nice shot by Wall.
And on the drive, Wall can be so sudden, striking before the defense gets a chance to load.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. And the Clippers with a whole new lineup now. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Taylor Jenkins just reviewed his plan with his team. His demeanor was not one of the coach's team was well ahead. He said this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. See if they were listening, guys.
Thank you, David. And it's in there.
George gets it going, and he is a rock right now on offense. Sturdy, steady, and strong.
Here's Morant. Dishes it to Adams. Morant passes to Adams. Brooks against Leonard. Paul George with the steal. Morris dishes to Leonard. Kicks to George. Fires for 3. The rebound by Steven Adams. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Here's Jackson. And he makes it on the way. And it's 13 points for Jaren Jackson.
And don't forget his dad played in the NBA as well. So Jackson probably grew up getting bumped all the time trying to score in the backyard.
Brooks against Leonard. Back to George. Lock at 6. And it's George finishing it off.
You love how Kawhi has developed this part of his game, just able to find teammates and rack up assists.
Here's Morant. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. It's just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Jackson kicks to George. Outside Leonard. A 3-ball. He can't get it to go. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. At one point, they led by 16. And it's Brooks in the corner. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. And now it's a 9-point Grizzly lead.
He doesn't take a lot of time to make up his mind. Brooks always thinking ahead, and he's in position before the pass is made.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
He's able to hit the second one, and that brings them within 8.
The team's struggling to come back. He really wanted all of those free throws.
Morant kicks to Bain, and that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Paul George with the steal. And now it's running. Here we go, all the way. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they paid the price.
Morant passes to Bain. Out to Morant. From past the arc. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And George gets it to go.
Paul George stepping up big time.
Memphis leading by 4. Morant stealing the floor. Here's Adams. Bank shot, no good.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
Morris with a screen on Brooks. Leonard dishes to Morris. Misses in close. Here are the Grizzlies with the ball. On the wing, Bain. Back to Morant. Just 5 on the clock. Gonna go that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game. Here's Morris. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Personal foul.
It goes on Dillon Brooks.
Such a versatile offensive threat. Morris draws his fair share of fouls.
And Morris drops them both.
Clutch. Those free throws turn this into a 1-possession ball game.
And they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
So they foul intentionally.
His third personal foul.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
The confidence Morant has in himself is impressive. He brushes pressure off like it's nothing.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game is coming through.
Here's George. Offline with the baseline jumper. So a close game sees Memphis take this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
Let's meet the visiting team, Minnesota Timberwolves. At small.
Well, the pace figures to be fast tonight. Two teams that thrive when the tempo is at its quickest.
You're going to love this one. Up and down. Neither squad likes to use too much of the shot clock. They'll be looking to get out in transition every time they get a chance.
And a look at Minnesota's opening lineup. Towns and Gobert, the towering big men at the 4 and the 5. Filling in the wings, Edwards and McDaniels. And it's Russell in at the 1.
Woo! The whole arena felt packed. Towns can just be merciless on offense.
Here's Morant. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
And out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
Coming off his third All-Star performance, it's easy to say Rudy Gobert is one of the best centers in the league.
Pass to Bain. And we're about a minute into the first. Back to Morant. Clock at 4. Going inside. Memphis needs to get off a shot. Bain, no good. And Smitty, no question, Gobert, one of the best bigs we have in the league right now.
You're right, B.A. The reason why 3 consecutive All-Star appearances. He's led the league in field goal percentage multiple times, and he's a block machine.
There's Jackson with the 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. To the middle. Here's Towns. And he can't jam it through.
Come on. If you're going to go for the crazy dunk, better finish it.
And Morant gets double teamed from deep Bain. From the arc. And the shot's off. 1 for 2 in this one.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
The shot by Towns, no good.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
Pass to Brooks. Here's Morant. Outside for Brooks. On the wing, Bain. Ooh, the Grizzlies with another miss. For Minnesota, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Russell, the pass to Towns. That shot's good. Russell making the play.
And this is exactly how Russell does solid assist numbers. I mean, just great delivery on that play.
And here's Morant. Jackson down low. Towns on him. And there's the foul. It's on D'Angelo Russell. That's his first foul. Morant against Russell. And it's Morant missing for Minnesota. They've gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. And with the Memphis Grizzlies, Smitty, they felt like an underdog for as long as they've been around.
This seems to fuel each and every guy that plays here. BA, they want to prove the doubters wrong. There's something that has really brought this group together.
Minnesota in the lead. Pass to Gobert. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a 3-point play. Jaren Jackson picks one up. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
For me, they made a point to attack inside early in the game, and it's paid off for them. They
big finish right there. Wow.
Man, oh man, one of the more advanced ball handlers we've ever seen at his age. Ja Morant has people on skates.
And Towns' three-pointer is elite. But some don't think centers should float around beyond the arc. What's the balance there, you think, Brad?
Well, I mean, first of all, it just shows how the game has evolved with big guys shooting like him. The bottom line, just play with aggression and don't settle. That triple is a weapon. You also got to use your size and skill inside just as often.
Pass to Bain. Puts it up from 17. Oh, it's stolen by Towns. Ooh, and Adams, strong finish.
You just can't let Adams get this deep in the paint, because when he does, he's focused on slamming it down.
Edwards with it. He's picked up by Adams. Oh, and Gobert powers brings it home.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Morant, the pass to Adams. On the wing, Brooks. McDaniels covered. It's Adams who hammers it home.
A merciless slam by Steven Adams, using all of his athleticism to rub it right in the defensive space.
Russell to pass to Towns. Now Gobert. Over Adams. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two. That's on Steven Adams.
Man, the defender really went after him.
In this era of stretch bigs, many traditional centers have struggled, but Rudy Gobert just continues to thrive at both ends.
Morant. And then Morant with the dunk.
And look at those moves in the post. And the smooth finish to go along with it.
Just excellent work around the rim. Edwards, a pass to Towns. Another shot. Oh, it's blocked by Jackson.
Some scouts were surprised when Jackson's wingspan was measured over 7'5". That's a huge number, especially when you talk about contesting shots. The young fella usually goes about his business, but on that play, it was a highlight reel from Jaren Jackson.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one.
Please give a big round of applause for your Grizzlies.
And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Timberwolves?
Well, we've watched them force their way to the line, and it seems to be working so far.
They just look hungrier out there. They don't mind taking the pounding.
Inside, it's the pair of Jackson Jr. and Adams. Bane and Brooks out on the wing. And it's Morant in at the point guard position. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Adams, shot's good.
A player who's aware of everything around him. Brooks sees the man break open and hits him.
Gobert with a screen on Morant. The three from Russell. Adams grabs the miss.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Outside Bane. From outside the arc. Fires in the triple.
A stellar shooter from downtown. All Bane needs is a little space, and he's ready to fire.
Pass to McDaniels. There's the triple. Russell against Morant. Here's Towns. That falls. Nice assist by Russell. Russell's got 3 assists in the game.
I like seeing Towns be aggressive from deep. He knows his teammates want him to shoot from there.
Brooks, right side. Russell against Morant. Down low. Here's Adams. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Big props to Adams. This is a guy who brings the energy and effort every night.
And he can't get the first one. In 2013, Steven Adams was selected 12th overall by OKC, the first rounder born in New Zealand.
Yeah, B.A. Well, I mean, Adams is blazing a new trail. An example for kids in his home island of New Zealand. You, too, can become an NBA player.
Big man plays by Steven Adams, using all of his height to dominate the offensive glass and end the play.
McDaniels.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
Jackson, pass to Bane. Jackson with it. And the dunk by Jackson.
He's a smooth athlete. Even on a straight dunk, you can see Jaren's ease of movement in the air.
Russell to pass to Gobert. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. That's on Steven Adams. Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for the Grizzlies.
Establishing a pink presence early in the game, it really helps and pays big dividends down the line because it frees up your perimeter.
And the other area they've impressed me is their commitment to the dribble drive, not settling for on the perimeter.
Well, you know it takes courage to draw charges. Guys get trucked all the time, and they still call a blocking foul. You think more of those should be no calls, Grant?
You know, B.A., courage is the right word. If you're willing to step in there and sacrifice your body for the sake of the team, you know what? You don't give them a charge. I prefer the no call. I like that idea.
Russell to pass to Towns, and it's powered home by Towns.
And this is what point guards like Russell are responsible for, setting the table for his guys.
Jackson, left side. Back to Morant. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
Okay, check out the handles of John Morant. Wow, what a crafty player.
Edwards for three. No good on the shot. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. And there's 1:45 left in the second quarter. Morant, the pass to Adams. Now Bain. And here's Jackson. Back to Bain. Stolen by Russell. Towns down low. Pounded by Morant.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
Brooks, the pass to Bain. 6 to shoot. Brooks finds Bain. Back to Brooks, over McDaniels, and it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. Russell with the ball. Well, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Gobert. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good. 2-for-1 opportunity here.
Hey, if I'm in their shoes, I'd go for it.
Morant into the lane. Good work defensively by Russell. Minnesota's gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. On the take, and Edwards slams it in.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Morant. Jackson outside. Shot clock at 5. Outside for Brooks. And here's Morant outside. And another miss by Memphis.
Steven Adams. His third personal foul.
And that one drops. So now they lead by 1. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half.
With the score, the Grizzlies 25, the Timberwolves 26. Fans, let's do it for the double up.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. You have to like what we're seeing from Karl Anthony Towns.
He's been dominating down low. Gotta assume they'll keep feeding him the rock.
Why go away from something that's working? Force the defense to prove that they can stop it.
Kicking off the second half, here's Chris Finch's 5. They've got Kyle Anderson, Jalen Noel out there with Jordan McLaughlin. Then there's Taurean Prince, and it's Reed in the center.
With the shot clock about to expire, the last thing you want to do is foul. That's giving them a gift.
Here's Conchar. On the wing, Jones. Shot clock at 6. McLaughlin with the rebound. Minnesota in the lead.
We all know Kyle Anderson can do it all. Once he gets a little bit more consistent with the shot, watch out.
Here's McLaughlin, defended by Jones. Pass to Reed, and stolen by Clark. And up the court come the Grizzlies on the break. Williams from long range. hole. Clark with the slam.
And now that's a momentum builder for sure. So important in a close game.
Look at his teammates here. They love it. Plays like that going to get them going.
They're bringing the energy, the hustle, the fight, and they also didn't give up on that possession. Brandon Clark is one of the most efficient players in the league. He's been in the top 5 in true shooting a couple of times.
Jones with the ball, picked up by Reed. Here's Clark, and he converts the layup. Clark's got 4 points this quarter.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
And stolen by Clark. To the inside, stolen by Anderson. Pass to Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
Again, let's hear it for the Grizzlies. Good job.
Here's Jones. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. And Smitty, the analytics will show you that Brandon Clark is one of the best at protecting the ball.
Yeah, Brandon's been in the top 5 in that category as well. He doesn't put up huge scoring numbers, but when Clark is on the floor, he has a major, major impact.
And that's how you defend. Glad we had a chance to see a replay of that block again.
Yeah, obviously he had the shot well anticipated, able to shut it down with authority.
Pass to Clark. 4 on the clock. Here's Williams. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Williams has got his first points of the game.
Easy look from mid-range. He won't miss many of those. Lazy effort defensively.
Back to Noel. The 3 is up. Williams grabs the board. The Grizzlies have gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. Pass to Jones. Clark with it for the lead. Yes, it's good. Clark's got 6 here in the quarter.
That's a heads-up play right there. Reads the floor, distributes accordingly.
There's a foul. It'll go on Tyus Jones. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Anderson inside, working on Williams. Back to Anderson, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you got to protect the ball.
Memphis leading. Jones up top, Reed defending. Williams from long range, drills it from deep. Williams has got 5.
That's a shot the defense looked like it was willing to give up. Big mistake.
Here's McLaughlin, defended by Jones. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. The Grizzlies have gotten 5 of 8 shots to go in the third. Pass to Conchar. Here's Williams. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Left side Anderson. Here's Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
The playmaking ability of Kyle Anderson combines great floor vision with his height and feel.
And here is Green. Back to Conchar. Williams on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Conchar. There's the 3. And no good. End of quarter management here. They can go 2 for 1.
Make the math work in your favor.
Pass to Noel. Reed with it. Outside, Anderson. Back to Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
A nice setup. Kyle makes pretty good decisions with the ball in his hands.
Outside Jones. Here's Conchar. Conchar. Pass to Williams. Back to Conchar. He gets it up. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
That one's off.
John Conchar at the line for 2.
And he's good on the second. And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. It's the Grizzlies. They lead by a bucket. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just a selfless decision from your 2-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
At his position, traditionally, his job is to shoot the basketball. Give him credit for keeping his eyes up and just taking what the defense allows.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Payne and Brooks out on the wing. Inside, it's the pair of Jackson Jr. and Adams. And it's Morant in at the 1. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Here's Jackson. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Towns. That's tipped. Now Adams. Good. And the setup by Morant. And the Grizzlies lead by 4. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Grizzlies?
Their activity has been at a constant level. Always around the ball, quick hands causing a lot of steals.
Yeah, all throughout the game, the opposition hasn't been able to keep them off the glass. And they're paying for it, giving up second chance points. And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
Shot's good by Morant.
What body control from Morant. Able to take the hit and power through it all.
Towns a screen on Payne. Adams with the ball. And it's Gobert picking him up. Here's Morant. And he's going to the line. And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants him to take another look at the monitor.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the...
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. He encouraged them to get out in transition. He said, quote, that team can be tough to score on when they set up in the half court. Let's push the ball at every opportunity. Back to you.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Russell with the ball. Jackson in his pocket. Towns. The kick out to Edwards. Sinks it from distance.
This is who Towns is. An unselfish, versatile big man with great court awareness.
Morant, the pass to Jackson. Back to Morant. Crosses over. It's blocked by Gobert. Now here's Towns. And they get it back.
Look at Adams using all of his impressive reach. Firmly swatting that shot away.
First team foul.
Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Towns passes to Gobert. Stolen by Jackson.
And the over and back call is just a loss of focus.
When you're thinking about the next play, rather than being in the moment, these kinds of mistakes happen.
Outside Morant. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Every team is looking for that star to lead them to great things. Morant already looks the part.
So he makes It's 1 of 2, and the second one misses. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field in this final quarter.
Can you say elevation? Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim. Just about 3 minutes through the fourth and final quarter here. Outside Morant. Three-pointer. Count it. That's his 6th field goal in 12 tries.
Tremendous effort from John Morant, letting his team know they can rely on him.
Edwards, a pass to Towns. Fires the 3. And another 3 for Minnesota.
You know that he's always going to find a way to get the ball in tight situations like that and knock it down.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Here's Morant, and there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That one on Russell.
At the strike, John Morant isn't flawless, but he does seem to thrive under pressure.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
When it's this close, he's exactly who they want at the strike.
Russell against Morant. Here's Towns. No luck on that one. Oh, and Jackson with the defensive effort. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 5 since this fourth quarter started. Here's Morant. Pass to Adams. Jackson down low. Covered by Towns. Jackson can't get it to go. The Timberwolves have got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter. Here's Russell. He's off on the layup.
It seemed like he changed his mind during the layup, tried to pull off another shot, and choked.
Brooks, the pass to Morant. There's 37 seconds left in the final quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Banked it in off the glass.
Every team needs a closer in the clutch. Morant proving he's that guy.
To the paint. Stolen by Jackson. And here they go on a free run to the bucket. And it's slammed in by Adams.
An aggressive move to a strong finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Towns for 3. Offensive rebound. Timberwolves. McDaniels from long range. That shot off. And so the Grizzlies take the win. A clean win, and one where they clearly showed better energy.